Hi, because you know what they say, film will get ready with me when you're already running late. Oh my god, my hair right now, I look like a fucking acorn. We're getting ready to go to a concert. I'm going to meet my friend and I'm spending the night down there tonight after the concert. I need to pack a bag, get my outfit on, and get ready. And I've literally been having the craziest couple of weeks, so we're also gonna yap a little while we do our makeup. Okay, this is the top I'm wearing. I haven't had an occasion to wear this since the Dominic Fike concert in 2023. Best summer of my life. So I'm reliving that energy today, you know what I mean? Finally cleaned my makeup brushes because after the last time I wore makeup, which was that a month ago? I went to the Jack Johnson concert with my mom and I wore makeup and I literally broke out because my brushes weren't clean and I knew that, and that's really gross. But anyway, that's been addressed. Why does this keep sliding? Makes me really mad. Sorry, I'm like getting all up in your personal space here, but I'm going to see Rainbow Kitten Surprise tonight. I've never seen them live before. I've listened to them for a long time. I think it's just gonna be like a really overall good vibe. I'm going with one of my really close friends, so we've had this planned for a minute. It's all about having stuff planned, you know what I mean? We're gonna start out with a lip stain. I have this one. I am not a beauty guru, so I shouldn't even be sharing what I do because you don't care. So, where to start? I've had a traumatic, like I'm not even being dramatic when I don't say that word lightly, when I say that I've had a traumatic experience on Monday. I talked about this on my Instagram, but okay, hold on. I cannot talk. I don't know why I thought I could like multitask. Okay, I look crazy, but when do I not? And isn't that the point? So I was letting my dogs out Monday morning. I'm home alone this week. My sister and her fiance are out of state, and that's a whole other thing. She literally has appendicitis and is currently in a hospital in Minnesota. My sister's fiance. So literally what is going on? I thought Mercury was out of retrograde. Turns out we're still in the shadow of it. So maybe next week things will get better. Maybe next week. Anyway, so long story short, I walked out, and go to my Instagram if you like actually care about the full story, but was letting my dogs out, and my neighbor, I didn't notice at first that she was also letting her dogs out, and they have 3 big dogs, and basically the one dog was attacking the other out of nowhere, and she could not get him to let go, and it was like a pit bull attacking like a smaller but like medium-sized dog, and he would not let go, and he was literally not going to stop until he killed him. So she saw me outside with my dogs, and she screamed for me to help her. And when I tell you, I had no choice. Like, I know it was not safe, and it was probably not in my best interest to insert myself in that situation, but I seriously, like, looking back on it, is like, what else could I have done? Because I saw a woman screaming, "Help me," and I did not want her to have to watch her dog die in front of her. So that was a really heavy situation. I basically went over there and I got my nail ripped in half by a pit bull. And everything is fine, all is well. They're getting rid of the pit bull. Apparently it wasn't even theirs, which is really sad. Apparently they were just watching him for someone, but like I've literally watched that dog grow up next door because he was a puppy when they first moved in. So there's just a lot. That was like an extremely heavy thing to happen to me. Caught it. This thing irritates me. Like, stay on. Okay, we're gonna try this. That was like a really heavy thing to experience on a Monday morning. And the thing is, I had a really rough week last week for just other reasons. And so on Sunday, I was like, oh, we're resetting. It's gonna be a great week. Like, I literally did a full Sunday reset. And then like this happened on Monday morning, and I have just kind of been, it's now Wednesday evening, and I'm just like still unwell. Also, I love blush, if you can't tell. That's like pretty much all I do. So anyway, that happened, really kind of derailed my week. My sister and her fiance are in Minnesota on vacation, but her fiance has appendicitis and they're in the hospital. So I'm really sad for them and like worried for them, and there's just like so much going on. Also, I have been working this week and last at a place that I left for a very good reason. So I've been dealing with that. It's only for a short time. I was basically brought on to train someone, which is kind of insane. But they were like, hey, and I found out about this opportunity. I think I mentioned this in my last video that I had an opportunity, like a contracting opportunity that I was excited about. And I think I was just excited to be wanted somewhere. Like in the midst of my breakup and feeling so small and low, like I said yes to this. And also money is great and it's good money and like sickening amount of money for what it is, but that's just the industry. And so I said yes to it, and now I'm currently fulfilling that obligation, and it is only part-time, but I left for a reason. And maybe that's like my reminder that I potentially needed to be like, don't go back to things that don't serve you. And but the thing is, like, it is serving me a little, so I'm like, okay. But with that being said, I also said yes to something this week that is going to be starting up right after I finish my contractual obligation with this other company. And I'm going to be moving 4 hours away. I got so excited about it, I threw my brush. And then we wonder why my makeup brushes are dirty and make me break out. Maybe this is why. I just said yes to a seasonal job that is going to have me relocate for 2 months. And I'm so excited. I'm also scared absolutely shitless, and I can't take my dog. I didn't ask, but I know what's best for her, and I do not think me living up there and taking her would be good, just because I'm gonna be working a lot and it's an unfamiliar place and she's getting older, and I really don't want to risk that. But with that being said, my heart is absolutely shattered at the idea of leaving her. So I'm kind of working through that, but I'm at a point where nothing changes if nothing changes. I need to do something that is so completely off the wall. And like you guys know, I'm finding myself, I'm finding my passions again, and I've been on this career journey. What I like, what I don't like. And so I'm really excited to share more about this soon. I'm going to be taking you guys along for the whole process. So that I said yes to this week as well. So it's just been like a whirlwind. And with that being said, I'm also starting to offload my cleaning clients that I have in this area, because like it just feels like every chapter is ending at once right now for me. My relationship ended, all of that. So I'm just like, I'm uncomfortable because there's a lot of change happening, and like I'm saying yes to things I wouldn't normally say yes to, and I'm doing the thing that scares me, and I'm moving away, which if you don't know my lore, I've grown up and lived in the same zip code my whole life. I moved in with my sister last spring, and I'm just on this journey of finding myself, honestly, again, after my relationship ended, like my almost 3-year relationship, 2.5 years. I don't really care enough to like figure out how long that actually was, but I just round up to 3. Another thing that has had me in a bit of a funk this week is it actually is my ex's birthday. It was my ex's birthday on Monday. So as I was getting nearly my finger bitten off by a pit bull, he was celebrating his birthday. So whatever, that's fine. But we were actually originally this week supposed to be, I had booked a trip for his birthday, and so we were supposed to be doing that. And so I'm feeling like the heaviness of like grieving the fact that that was one reality that existed, and now I'm just grieving that. I mean, it's weird. We were supposed to be like on vacation this week together, and like he always hated his birthday. People that say they hate their birthday, it's like, okay, are you doing that just to like draw more attention to it or what? But he claimed to hate it, and so I was like, we're gonna go off the grid. We're gonna have a chill time. Like, we're not even gonna we're just gonna say peace out to everything and just like be with each other and like explore and not have any like obligations. And I really tried making that like a special birthday week and birthday trip for him. And then I canceled it because we broke up. Fine. And no, I didn't text him happy birthday. Okay, I clearly have zero patience because that was not ready. Everything It just feels like it is pointing towards me being brave and doing things that don't make sense, maybe don't make sense to all people, or like, and maybe I just need to learn to be okay with that. In fact, this whole year has been me learning to be okay with what, like, literally, I have no control over what people think of me. So I kind of was just at a point where it's like, nothing changes if nothing changes. I need to do something that's different. I need to expand my world, meet new people, have new experiences, but honestly just show up completely as myself, because the right things will come forward for me if I'm choosing to be authentic and true to myself. And I've learned some hard lessons this year, but the hardest is I have a tendency to want to try to make things work and try to hold on to things as hard as I can with like a death grip, white knuckle type shit, when they actually aren't meant for me. Like, and I just feel like I need to step into the energy of like, what's meant for me is already mine. Like, I won't have to force anything that's meant to happen. That doesn't mean don't work hard. And like, I think the key of all of that is I need to get out of my comfort zone in order for those things to present themselves to me, but I don't need to become some version of myself that's not real. So I'm really excited to share more details about what's next for me. I'm gonna be gone from the end of August to the end of October. Literally my favorite time of year, but I'm moving to my favorite place on earth. Now, if you've been around, you might know what that is, but I don't want to share anything much more than that. I gotta keep it a little bit on the, until it's like official, but I'll keep y'all posted when I sign my lease agreement. Signing a lease agreement is crazy for me. Again, I'm 24, but I have lived in the same place my whole life. Okay, sorry, I don't have dandruff, well, I might, but my sunburn from over the weekend is peeling. That's why there's fucking flakes in my hair, okay? And if you're gonna be mean about it, don't. Okay? Anyway, I never went away to school. I did all of my college online or like locally. I never moved away for college, which is, I think, an experience that could have shaped me in different ways. So I don't know. I think that I'm just realizing that I am not ready to jump into my career because I don't fully know myself yet, and I don't fully like know what I want. And so working the wrong career was just putting me in a terrible place. And doing that, I was never going to figure out the right thing. So I'm really happy that I kind of am now on a path of figuring that out more, and also giving myself the time. I think everyone in my life is like wholeheartedly encouraging me to do this because they know like this very well could be the journey, like just a major part of my journey that changes everything, or I at least learn something. And like, why do I just like have this feeling? I can't explain it, and maybe this will make sense eventually. I'm not trying to like manifest this, but I'm just saying I have this feeling that if I said no to this opportunity, I could be missing out on meeting someone or having an experience that like just really changes my life. So I feel like, what else do you do except say yes? So that's where I'm at, and I'm honestly really excited, and there's so much coming up, and there's so much going on, and there's been a lot of bad, but there's been a lot of good, and that's life. But okay, I think my makeup's done. I'm gonna do a little. Okay, I don't really know what I want to do with my hair. It might end up being this. I don't really care. It has genuinely been I just realized it's been such a long time since I've put a pair of jeans on that I actually forgot what jeans I own. So let's put these on. Sure. Ow! I haven't lost the nail yet on this finger, but I have been snagging it on everything. Okay, what do we think? And then I'm wearing platform Vans. You know what I always overthink? Is my sock color choice, and it's literally because I just like overheard a conversation one time of people being super judgmental about that, and I'm like, dude, I've never thought to comment on someone's sock color choice with like talking about in coordination with their shoes. I'm like, Am I missing something here? Have I been doing something wrong my whole life? But I literally don't know. I'm wearing black socks and white shoes. So if that pisses anyone off here, I don't know what to say. The shoes. Here's the final fit check. I'm running so late. Thank you for getting ready with me. I love you. Mwah. Have a great day. Bye.